look at it. What in the absolute hell happened here? High resolution 3D graphics. That adds up. I love that batteries not included is highlighted in the same way as the other console features instead of being, I don't know, hidden out the back or something. Speaking of the back of the box, it highlights about half of the entire North American Virtual Boy library. If you're gonna make a headset, include a head strap. Cheap plastic legs aren't gonna do the job and you know it. Oh wait, there is no head strap because the Virtual Boy weighs too much. It would probably strain your neck shortly after straining your eyes. Which yes, I'll bring it up. Virtual Boy games hard to look at, bad, yada yada yada. The only person that actually likes two D-pads and a controller is D-pad gamer, probably. Also, if this console has high resolution 3D graphics like it says it has, you'd think that the controller would have like I don't know, a joystick for 3D movement. $6 is the power of this piece of crap. I can think of at least one better way to go through batteries, and that's pushing buttons on our remote for hours on end, because that would actually be more fun. But what about the battery life? It's about 4 hours in length. Yeah, pretty lame in comparison to the Game Boy lineup. And the battery pack is attached to the controller. That makes no sense whatsoever. Like maybe it was to prevent the Virtual Boy from being too heavy or something, but what? This fake Velcro strap thingy is surprisingly comfortable, but my biggest gripe is there's no way to replace it. What if you hit the Virtual Boy with a friend that's super sweaty and it gets it all frozen stuff? This thing is bacteria heaven. Why are the start select buttons the same size and shape as A and B? Like, I get they're going for like this symmetrical look, but you know, there's a reason the pause button on every other controller known to mankind is shaped differently. It lacks the same importance and is meant to be harder to reach. These shoulder buttons mesh well with my hands, but they just feel cheap. The sheer irony of Nintendo putting their question and service phone number right next to where your eyes are. Not service. We talked about auto service. I need to fix my Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy is technically portable, but you need the stand to set it down somewhere. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Game Boy actual portable here. The 3D effects are very underwhelming nowadays. Even when they got it working properly on the 3DS, a lot of people didn't use the 3D. Oh yeah, this is another thing I'm obligated to mention. There's this extension port to play multiplayer games, but it's never released. So, yeah, I brought it up. Now go leave your comments saying that I forgot to bring this up. Please just watch the video. Just do it. You know, if you have to make all your games red and black to reduce the cost of your system, it's probably not a good idea to begin with. If you're gonna make a virtual reality headset without head tracking, don't make a virtual reality headset. Because Virtual Boy didn't sell well because the commercials turned it into a terrifying monster and everyone ran away from it. That's what I'm doing. You might be wondering, how many Virtual Boy games are there? 22. That's right, just 22. And I'm gonna play them all right now because I will never have a reason to ever play any of these ever again. Every single game asks you if you want to turn automatic pause on or off. Seriously, like, I get it's to help with the eye stream, but that's just as bad as Wii games telling you to take a break every 10 minutes. For Mario's first tennis game, it's ridiculously bare bones. It's just tennis with Mario sprites. So I'm gonna make this point for a lot of Virtual Boy games, but this does not scream virtual reality. Mario's tennis could run on Super Nintendo. Luigi vs. Princess isn't centered properly, and it's bothering me a lot. HDB shaking that thing like it's nobody's business. I'm not okay with this music. For its supposedly advanced console, it sure sounds like this belongs on the Game Boy still. We're not messing up against Donkey Kong Jr., just Donkey, that's all. Using space and water when he wins is actually fantastic. Why is Koopa so terrifying? The character select screen doesn't scroll on both sides, so if I want to go right, then I have to go from the left side all the way to the right side and vice versa. Wow, what an exciting launch game, Pinball in Space. That's a new one. The pedals aren't very satisfying to hit. It feels like there's a tiny bit of delay in the input, which really takes me out of the immersion. The physics are a little wonky. The puck feels way too floaty. There's only 4 pinball tables. That is a pathetic amount. And every time I say that I got my balls stuck in between Mega Man helmets and Galactic Pinball on the Virtual Boy, but here we are now. Seriously, why does the ball slow down as we're approaching the pedal? It keeps throwing me off. You'd think Nintendo would have used punch out instead of, you know, whatever tower box you're supposed to be. Man, I wish I was as cool as Johnny. Maybe someday. Why is your head going from your Game Boy Advance. I'm all about evolving the game of Tetris, but this is not the way to go about that. Half of these Tetris pieces aren't even actual Tetris pieces. Like, if you're gonna call it 3D Tetris, why change things so drastically? My god, this is so disorienting. I can barely tell where anything is. Some more code would maybe help. I don't know, maybe not. Wait, look on the right side of the screen. This shows exactly where the piece is gonna drop. Okay, well, now I know the game works, but I can only play properly by staring at this guy and not looking at the 3D part of the game. So, yeah, that's kind of stupid. Why does every puzzle piece of this menu looks like it wants to kill me? Yes, go. The first thing I think of when I imagine VR. The golf course isn't green, so I don't think I can play this. All I can see is blood and death all over the course, that's it. I'm not the only one that's imagining Hotel Mario right now, right? So, the one real Mario game we got for the Virtual Boy is just Mario Bros. But in 3D. I know a 2D platformer was in the works for Virtual Boy, but this is just sad. The music is horrible. Now, the whole Mario music is great, but this is a little of generic and forgettable. For some reason, I'm allowed to try level 40 on the get-go, and I can confirm that that was not my best plan. Getting the spines from a distance is a cool idea, but the depth perception is so hard to get used to. I don't know, man. It just feels wrong seeing the Mario logo without any color besides red and black. Gotta love the elevator button sound effects. Can anyone explain to me what's so funky about Nestor's funky bowling? I mean, admittedly, I cannot say it out loud, but it's just bowling. How funky can it possibly be? Like a freaking myth the TM trademark is on the logo. So when you get a spare in this game, a spare change machine pops up. Okay. Oh, about the funky. It's Nestor's facial expressions. Okay, now that's truly riveting. Whoa, wait a second, play that back. Nestor just lost all of his hair in like 2 seconds. I am never going bowling after this. This flame animation with the shadowing is the best / worst thing I've ever seen. I can't stop looking at it. Why is Kirby and my Bomber Man spin-off? And why is the music so creepy? Like, really? It's just a puzzle game. Why is this on Virtual Boy? How do you even make a puzzle game without some normal arcade or endless mode? So the virtual reality gimmick for vertical force is that you can move your ship up and down. Yeah, it's basically the same concept as Semi is with dropping bombs on the ground, but it never works. Anyone else think that our ship is way too big? God, it's so hard to tell what you can hit from the top and bottom layers. Also, the laser power sucks. Don't grab this one. You know, just in case you ever play this game. Yeah. It sure is baseball. The music is actually pretty catchy, but I'd much rather play this on a normal console. I still don't understand why this movie needed a game based off of it, but then it's also on the Virtual Boy of all things. So basically, you just shoot stuff, especially the guys on waterways. Truly a riveting gameplay. The virtual reality effect is zooming the camera in and out. Yawn. Waterworld isn't even that bad as some people say it is. It's just really boring. I know it's a broken record, but this is another game that would have made more sense on normal Game Boy. It's actually really fun. I just hate that I have to play in 2 colors. A password system in the year 1995. The game specifically said that I can only push folders but not pull them. That doesn't make sense, but okay. Yes, I need to play the Japanese exclusive games. Have mercy on my soul. There's not even a menu for virtual life. You just jump into the game. Oh my god, I am low-key crushing on this anime girl. This is not okay. This is Virtual Boy. I can't be doing this. When you pause the game, it says take a rest. Okay, I guess I'll take a rest. Good night. The ground is not only laggy, but the pieces move way too fast. How do you mess up the controls for a puzzle game? So I hate fishing games on a normal scale. How bad can this possibly be? Am I fishing in the water or magma? Only 22 Virtual Boy games, and 2 of them just had to be bowling. What is this sound design? Why is this like the nicest boss screen of all time? It's probably the best looking lock screen. Out of the three musics, none of them are the classic Tetris theme. Well, the music scene is pretty catchy. I know Tetris was still newish kind of theme, but I can't even hard drop. The war game on the Virtual Boy is extremely ambitious, and while it's impressive for the time, there's nothing scary about it. Good luck getting to the true ending, by the way. You have to play the game without using the password, without dying even once, and you gotta do it really fast. All I can think of right now is Super Global on the NES. Look, I got nothing else, fellas. There is nothing interesting about this game, I'm sorry. Nothing. I'm not even gonna pretend to understand how XP Golden Dimension War works, so yeah, one more game to go. Ah, yes, Space Invaders. Finally, I can play this one in true virtual reality. The 3D Space Invaders is literally just Space Invaders at an awkward angle. Yep, I just played all 22 Virtual Boy games, and you want to know what? I actually liked a few of them. Wario Land, Jack Bros, Telebug, Surgeon's Mouth would all actually be kind of cool to see remastered in the modern era, but this is the Virtual Boy, and it will continue to fade into obscurity until our own son